probably whining to her friends, making me sound like a criminal. I can see them all right now, crying, having some sort of group hug.
It's gonna be okay, sweetie. It's gonna be all right. You'll get through this.
A real man's got to be a hero to his wife before he can be to anybody else. Or he ain't a real man.
Decided last night that I'm not the one that's leaving. He's the problem, not me.
Make him respect you. If there's one thing a man understands,
It's respect. That's the issue. That's the reason our marriage is failing. She shows me no respect at all. And the saddest part about it is,
He doesn't have a clue. He thinks our marriage has been fine for the most part.
our marriage has been fine until this year. Now all of a sudden she goes off the deep end.
Do you really think this happened all of a sudden?
I don't know what to think. I don't understand her. And then she starts nagging me and saying I don't listen to her or something like that. It drives me crazy. I feel like I'm going
Insane. I feel like we are completely and totally.
incompatible.
So you think it's past the point of no return?
I don't have a reason to return.
Woo! My man, tough place to be. This is Talking Real with Phil, episode 2. Marriage. Isn't it fun? It absolutely is. With the right tools. With the right person. Okay guys, on our last video, we left off with 3 tips I thought that could possibly improve your marriage. This video is not going to be any different. I'm still going to give you some advice straight from the horse's mouth. The 3 tips I gave you last video were not to live in the past, look ahead, move forward. It's hard to build anything with anyone when someone's still living in the past. If this X subject is going to be brought up every time we have a problem. I think the second tip was go the extra mile. Talk it out. I think people give up too easy on a lot of things. We talked about marriage being a choice. We talked about what you're choosing when you make that choice. Do what you have to do in order to hold on to what you have. Once it's gone, it's very hard to get back. And when the times get rough, and I mean bad, you have bad years, you have good years, depending on the marriage. So to up and call it quits is a very big decision. Try to be real in every video I do. So in the opening scene, she says he has no clue. And he says everything was fine. And I told you guys last video that something similar came out of my wife. I think we've been over for years. Sadly enough, I didn't see it and I didn't know it. Not because I was happy or she was happy, because we didn't communicate. If you don't have communication, in whatever form that may be, it's very hard to conversate. No communication, no conversation. And I'm not saying communication is an easy thing. I understand that it's not, guys. Men and women are completely opposite in a lot of ways. Communication is absolutely one of them I found in my marriage. Okay? Now guys, look, I know how you feel. You ask what's wrong, there's nothing wrong. You ask what's the matter, there's nothing the matter. Do you want to talk? No, I don't want to talk. So as a husband, I can't tell you how it is from a woman's point of view. Okay, we know something's wrong. Guys, I get it. How are you going to get this information, guys? Fuck it. If she don't tell me, I don't know. Yeah, that's how we feel all the time. Women, it's not that hard to be blunt. And I'm not speaking for all men, don't get me wrong. But a majority of men, if they're like me, prefer for you to be an asshole right off the bat. Let me know that this bothers you, this don't bother you. You can live with this, you don't want to live with this, we need to change this. Instead of letting that shit build, and every time I ask, even though we know something's wrong, instead of waiting every time we ask you is something wrong or what's the matter, until you just can't take it no more and you're to the point to where you're sitting on your bed and your head looks like Linda Blair in The Exorcist, and then the demon voice comes out of you.
You know what she did? Your canting daughter?
That's what happens. That's the point we're trying to avoid. I mean, I love The Exorcist. I watch it every Halloween. But I don't want to be married to it and be sitting in my bedroom and me come home to it every night. You know? I am a film fanatic. But you have to draw the line somewhere. And a lot of times, that's what we walk into. If you go for so many years and no one opens up and talks to you, if you don't act any different than you did 5 years ago, and you hadn't said anything different than you did 5 years ago, I mean, is the universe just supposed to magically tell me? Is there going to be a fairy that comes out of the woods later that afternoon while I'm weed eating and let me know? See what I'm getting at? Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't have to agree. But you do have to communicate. My man asked Kirk Cameron, is it to a point where there's no return? To which he replies, I have no reason to return. Let's stay with that. Whatever the case is, whatever you and your spouse is dealing with, have you reached that point of I have no reason to return? Because if you remember correctly in my last video, I said that I didn't like the person I was when I was with her. If you get to that place in your mind where you don't care, there's got to be something better. There's got to be something different. This can't be your life all the time. I mean, if you hit that stop, A lot of people call that stop the I don't give a fuck stop. Is there coming back? Would you want to? I asked myself that question. Would I want to? Gotta wait, right? 23 years of marriage, 2 children. Absolutely. I chose my wife for a reason. Just like you chose your spouse for a reason, or vice versa. Now, would I want to go back to what it was? Absolutely not. Do I think we could move forward and start something new? Maybe I'm warped in my head, but in my mind, I think, yeah, I can start dating my wife again. But here's the thing. That's got to go 2 ways. 2 ways. That can't be a one-way street. You have to give trust to get trust. And once you break that trust, it's very hard to earn that back. And again, if you were like me and broke that trust on a daily, it's probably never due to you again. Okay, I'll probably never be a fucking millionaire in my life. Does that mean I should stop trying to make money? I'm just asking. Does that show weakness or does that show strength? Does that show maturity or immaturity? Let's talk about it. Are you at the point of no return and can you turn back? And maybe 2 decades ago that I had her in the position to say yes to me in marriage. Why couldn't I do that again? Women, for the most part, are born with worth. It is what it is. Men have to earn that. For you to turn this way and say, hey, this individual is different from everyone else. I'd like to spend my life with this person. I want to choose this person. Some of you may know I'm a huge film fanatic. I love films. I would like to be able to someday take that knowledge from all these movie scenes and films and put it into context. And when I get the chance to do that, I enjoy it. So today, I get a chance to do that since we're on this subject. They're talking relationships and they're talking honesty. You know what? I'll just let you see what he said.
I went on a date last week.
Going out again?
I don't know.
Why not?
I haven't called her.
Christ, you're an amateur.
This girl's like, beautiful. She's smart. She's fun. Different from most of the girls I've been with.
So call her up, Romeo.
Why? So I can realize she's not that smart, that she's fucking boring? This girl's like fucking perfect right now. I don't want to ruin that.
Maybe you're perfect right now. Maybe you don't want to ruin that. My wife used to fart when she was nervous.
She used to fart in her sleep. One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
The little idiosyncrasies that only I knew about. That's what made her my wife. Oh, and she had the goods on me, too. People call these things imperfections. They're not. Oh, that's the good stuff. And then we get to choose who we let into our weird little worlds. You're not perfect, sport. Let me save you the suspense. The girl you met, she isn't perfect either. But the question is whether or not you're perfect for each other. That's what intimacy is all about. But the only way you're finding out that one is by giving it a shot.
It's one of my favorite scenes from that movie. I'll add my 2 cents on it. Because you're imperfect and I'm imperfect doesn't mean we can't have perfect moments, perfect memories that we share. Since God is the only definition of perfect in this universe and we are imperfect creatures, would it not be smart to have God in your marriage? I think that would be phenomenally smart on our parts. At least we have some sense of perfection in these imperfect situations and arguments that we go through. Unfortunately, I did not. My wife did, and it doesn't mean I can't get there. 3 years ago, I was in a wheelchair, moved on to a walker, and then a cane. There is no more wheelchair. There is no more walker. There is no more cane. I walk without any assistance. I look like some type of zombie out of The Walking Dead. So if there's anybody that watches this film and you need an extra for a zombie, I'm the guy. Now you can either choose to put in more work, even though you may not see that it's going to go anywhere. If this is worth fighting for to you, and if you're married, I would say it would be worth fighting for. If it's worth fighting for, then fucking fight for it. That's why we take marriage vows. That's why they're vows. It's not a wish list. I take you because everything's great and you promised me all this. And then 20 years down the road, when you don't have all this, a whole ton of other shit you didn't expect to go with it, it's not, well, I bow out, it's time to go. If people so choose to do that, you can't change their minds. You can put yourself out there and hope for the best. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, I'm sorry. We have to pick that shit up and move on. That's Talking Real with Phil. This was episode 2. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh.